Welcome, and thanks for watching. The world's becoming an increasingly dangerous place. In this video, you'll find out how to avoid becoming a victim. Today, I'm going to be taking a look at an increasingly important subject, personal security. What do I mean by personal security? Put simply, anything you can do to keep yourself, your property, and indeed your friends safe when out and about. We've all seen street muggings on TV or witnessed the horrendous, violent and blatant behaviour of moped gangs. When on a night out, there is a growing threat of drink spiking, when a chemical substance, sometimes known as a date rape drug, is covertly administered to your drink, which renders you incapable of protecting yourself and can sometimes cause memory loss. Sadly, there is also the awful and random consequence of inadequate mental health care in this country, and as a result, anyone at any time can become the victim of an individual suffering some kind of psychotic break. I really don't want people to go out fearing for their lives, however, or even expecting to become a crime statistic. So there are a lot of simple things you can do to ensure a night out just ends in fun memories, or that a shopping trip ends with you still in possession of your purchases. Listen, let's start by looking at how to ensure that you and your money aren't separated without your knowledge. Do you carry a purse or a wallet when out? Pickpockets are pretty sophisticated these days, often working in gangs, so your objective is to make your wallet or purse as hard to dip as possible. Don't put anything in a rear trouser pocket, even if you think that your tight jeans would prevent anyone attempting to take it, as when distracted and your attention is focused elsewhere, it's disturbingly easy to remove undetected. Sometimes a gang will target a worthy-looking individual and one of the team will bump into the potential victim, seemingly accidentally. After an incident like this, people tend to pat the pocket containing their money, just to check that their purse or wallet is still there. This immediately identifies the target pocket to the thief, who will remove the contents while the victim is still certain that their property is safe and sound. Put simply, when you feel safest is when you're most vulnerable. Zips, buttons and Velcro fasteners are massively helpful in deterring pickpockets. I sometimes wear combat trousers when out and about, probably something to do with my age, but I keep my wallet in a Velcro fastened knee pocket. This makes it both noisy and awkward for a thief to access. Please don't ever put a wallet or purse in a backpack. These are immensely easy to open and even rummage around in whilst being worn by the victim, unless you buy one of the excellent new anti-theft packs that have no accessible zips or openings on the outside of the bag and can only be accessed from the back when not worn. These days, however, your money can be stolen without anyone touching your wallet. With people carrying less cash, the ever-adaptable thief is adopting new ways to take your money. Helped massively by contactless RFID payment technology, and with the new £100 limit for contactless payments in the UK, clever thieves are carrying small portable RFID card readers in their bags or pockets and are walking up to people and taking payments from debit and credit cards without anyone having any idea about what has happened. Some of these readers have been adapted to work from up to 2 feet away, which means a thief can slowly walk along a crowded subway carriage taking covert payments from numerous victims completely undetected. You can defeat this type of crime easily, however. There's now a large range of RFID blocking wallets and purses, and indeed you can even buy RFID disrupting cards that sit in with your other contactless cards, preventing them from being scanned covertly. Please remember, when out and about, your own situational awareness is by far the best weapon against thieves and robbers. What do I mean? Well, keep your head up and look around you as you walk along. Listen for sounds of footsteps behind you or vehicles slowing down as they approach. Look at the movements and behaviour of those around you. Use reflections in shop and car windows to give you a better picture of what and who is around you. Please bear in mind that none of this can be achieved if you're walking along, looking at your phone, or with headphones on listening to music. Walking alone, distracted, with a phone screen shining brightly in the night is a call to action for the opportunist thief. Always walk with confidence and purpose, and keep your hands free, and always trust your instincts. It's a good idea to make the following good practice and second nature behaviour. Of course, there's a degree of safety in numbers, so where possible, go out with your friends, share cabs and walk together. Where this is not possible, do not walk along talking on your phone or texting. Keep your phone out of sight, and if you need to take a call, ensure your phone screen is set to switch off when the device is held to your ear. Most mobile phones can now do this. Try to stick to the busiest areas and avoid shortcuts that take you away from roads and housing. Taking the quick path across the park at 1 AM alone is highly inadvisable. Walk along pavements as far from the roadside as possible. This helps stop the opportunist snatch thieves by criminals on scooters, mopeds, or even push bikes. Wear any shoulder bag on the furthest side from the road and have the carrying strap across your body, not just draped over your shoulder. This makes a casual snatch theft tricky, but please remember, if a suspect challenges you at all, just hand over the phone, hand over the wallet, or pretty much anything they want. The chance of robbers being armed with a knife or worse these days is high, and your safety is the #1 priority in any situation. If faced with more than one assailant, don't mouth off. Volunteer your wallet or purse, avoid eye contact, whilst also trying to remember any useful information about the muggers to assist police when reporting. Clothing, apparent age, height, build, skin colour, and any distinguishing marks or features can prove immensely useful if or when suspects are identified by police. I have a couple of associates that actually carry a decoy wallet containing a tenner and a few out-of-date bank cards, so in the event that the worst happens, they can offer this up instead of their actual wallet. It's a ballsy move. I'd absolutely do this while abroad, maybe strolling down the Ramblers or on the Paris metro, but in the UK, I'm not so sure. There's always a chance that the suspects go round the corner to see how well they've done, and finding that they've been duped, come back for retribution, at which point things get very nasty. When a robber raises the stakes and pulls a weapon on you, try to keep a clear head and do not panic. Look at the suspect's eyes and listen to their voice for signs of abnormal mental state or violent intent. A mugger on drugs or with a dangerous mental issue may be unstable and immensely unpredictable, so be calm, compliant, and ready to act if the need arises. Listen, please remember when I say act, only those who are highly trained, physically capable, and completely confident of success should even consider physical intervention. In which case, move fast, use overwhelming and decisive force, then withdraw and summon police. I've heard it said that using force against an assailant in the UK may leave you liable to prosecution. Well, a very wise chap and veteran Metropolitan Police officer said to me, would you rather be in the dock justifying your use of force to defend yourself or lying in a hospital bed surrounded by crying relatives? I know where I'd rather be. When your life is in danger, the use of reasonable force to defend yourself means anything you need to do to ensure your survival. Even then, when facing an unstable armed assailant and you feel certain that they are going to assault you, there is a universal rule of thumb. Run from a knife, but rush a gun. In most cases, screaming to draw attention, then running from the assailant is going to have the best likely outcome. Try to slowly back away from the mugger before you run and attempt to create a distraction. Maybe a push, kick, or strike with any object available should create enough distance between you and the suspect to enable you to exit stage left as fast as humanly possible. In the UK, the general public cannot carry anything on them for the intended purpose of defending themselves if attacked. Yeah, I know, right? That would make it an intended offensive weapon, and carrying it in a public place would render the carrier liable to arrest. However, if you are attacked, there is a defense of instant arming if you use absolutely anything at hand to defend yourself. So, have a think about what you carry, completely lawfully of course and for innocent reasons, and what would be an effective defensive tool if you were to be attacked. My car steering lock sits under my driver's seat for ease of use, but coincidentally it looks a bit like a metal baseball bat. But as always, you can't just carry it for defensive reasons. Enough said. As any good Boy Scout will tell you, be prepared. Hence, I tend to carry a metal credit card size multi-tool on me when I'm out and about in my wallet. You never know when you may need to open a bottle, extract a staple, cut some tape off of something, or measure a very important small thing. As a result of this usefulness, it just happens to have quite sharp and pointy bits on it. Who knew? Let's leave that there. Having to physically defend yourself is always an absolute last resort. There are more effective and completely legal devices out there for raising the alarm and frightening off an assailant. Emergencyprotection.co.uk is a fantastic source of useful devices. Have a look at the Plegium self-defense spray. This is a clever device that, when activated by the user, emits a 130 decibel alarm, a bright flashing strobe light. It fires a jet of completely UK legal red marking and UV assailant tagging spray, and it will text and phone 5 contacts of your choice, giving your location without any extra subscription fee. It has a battery that lasts up to 4 years, and if you have to use the device in anger, the manufacturers will send you a new replacement free of charge on production of the police report. It's compact and easily carried in a jacket pocket or handbag, but best of all, it retails for a little over just £30. A bit of digging around on Amazon will also reveal a wide selection of keyring-sized personal attack alarms, providing sirens of up to 140 decibels from under £10. Anything that draws attention to a robber is going to make them likely to depart at speed. Possibly going off at a tangent somewhat, I carry a great piece of kit in my car that always ends up in my pocket if I'm going to be visiting an unfamiliar area. It's a multi-purpose and ultra-bright multicoloured strobe. It's a compact LED light device about the size of a small matchbox, but with a powerful magnet to attach it to a car or other suitable metal object, and is rechargeable via micro USB. If I broke down in a rural area at night, this would be a massive help in identifying my vehicle to a rescue service. Mine has also proved useful in identifying my location to police when I arrested a burglary suspect on a very large college campus at 3 a.m. The small light is so bright I've been able to identify a colleague lost in a wooded area, as I could see his light flashing off and on off of trees probably 3 miles away from his location. I'm talking about a device called a Guardian Angel Light. It costs about £45 and can again be found at emergencyprotection.co.uk. Believe me, they're not paying me and I get no kickback for mentioning these items. I just find them useful because I own one and I can vouch for just how useful and effective they are. Many police forces in the US have purchased these and tested them to destruction, and they've proven to be very tough pieces of kit. Just don't be tempted to stick one on the roof of your car and drive around like Starsky and Hutch. You'll end up having to explain your silliness to a magistrate in no time. I briefly touched on the danger of having your drink spiked earlier. Now, of course, sometimes you simply have to put your drink down. Placing a drinks mat over the top of your glass can be helpful, as it means that anyone trying to administer anything to your drink has an extra job to perform in removing and returning the mat, taking extra time and increasing the chance of them being caught in the act, especially if something is placed on top of the mat, a lipstick, a lip gloss, or a few coins possibly. Several companies sell easy-to-use drink testing strips that change colour if a suspect drug is detected. I was also told about a fantastic colour-changing nail polish that had been featured on a recent TV drama in the UK. Sadly, this doesn't exist in real life. Yet. There's been so much interest in the idea that I very much hope that someone is able to develop it. If you're out on a date and things start to go wrong, either he gets a bit touchy or whatever, it doesn't matter, go to the bar and ask for Angela. What that'll do is inform the bar staff that you're in trouble and you need help. They'll probably take you to a back room and they'll order a cab or get friends to come and collect you, whilst running interference from whoever it is in the club or pub that has caused the problem. Don't forget, if you're in a pub or club and you're in trouble, ask for Angela. When out with friends, it may seem obvious, but be responsible for each other's safety. Keep an eye on your mates' drinks. Have plans to get home. Ensure you have sufficient emergency cash to get a taxi in case your phone battery dies and you find yourself without access to your Uber account or your mate with the car that owes you a favour. I'll touch very briefly on safety while abroad, as it's a big subject and I'll look into it in more depth at a later date. But firstly, always be aware of local customs and sensitivities. We have all heard of instances like the chap in the bar who innocently touched a guy on the arm as he walked past holding drinks and found himself in prison for assault. These things happen. Don't let them happen to you. One simple thing I find useful in hotel rooms at night: hang a set of keys, or balance a glass on the room door handle. Anyone trying the door will cause the keys or glass to drop, which will alert you to the activity, and hopefully the noise caused will be loud enough to dissuade anyone from continuing to attempt to gain access. At the end of the day, your safety will always come down to you and your situational awareness. There are places that you wouldn't walk about with your Rolex on display. Try to avoid using cash machines at night, or if you're alone, simply have safety and security in your thoughts wherever you are. Look out for your friends and make sure they're not too distracted or incapacitated to look after you. Well, that's it for this edition. Did you find something a bit strange in this video? Let me know in the comments what it was and the timestamp, and the first to get it right will be pinned to the top of the comments board. Please connect with me. I can be found on Twitter, Instagram and LinkedIn, so come and say hello. Most importantly, be safe, and I'll see you next time.